Okay, here's a quick tutorial on how to make your own algorithms using Cube Explorer. Specifically, we're going to look at making algorithms for a particular case where the last layer corners are all positioned correctly but not oriented, and the last layer edges are oriented correctly but not necessarily positioned. To do that, we want to define the cube that we want the algorithm to solve, and we're going to pick one of the corner configurations that you can have. I'll just do this one because it's easy to set up. Change the color that you want to choose, you choose the middle, the center block. So if I want white, change a particular block to white, I click the white center piece, and then I can make any block I want white. I would turn auto fix colors off, otherwise it'll do all kinds of funny things trying to guess what you're trying to do. So better to just do it right yourself and not use the auto fix colors. If you want a different color scheme on your cube, use customize selected color. I'm not going to go through that, it's self-explanatory. Click that button and you can change whatever color you have selected at the time that you click that button. You can change the color. Next thing we need to do is get rid of the edge pieces. Again, we want it to give us all the different edge piece combinations. We do it like that. Now what I'm going to do next, I'm going to hit the add and solve button, and it's going to start giving me all the algorithms that will generate or solve cubes that meet this configuration that I have defined. And there could be a lot of them. Now normally when you first do this, these boxes here won't be checked, so you'll get a lot of algorithms that have back, down, left, front type of moves. If you don't want those moves, if you just want 2 gen algs with the right and up face type of moves, then stop the search, check on these boxes, close the window, click add and solve again. Now I'd let it go till it got to, you can see the number of moves that each algorithm takes is at the very end, so it's at the 20 length move algorithms. I would let it go till it got through all the 21 length algorithms. And then once it gets to that point, we'll say we're there now, even though we're not quite there. Hit stop search. Okay. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to hit add solutions to main window. That's this button right here. And it, voila, magically it put all of those algorithms it put in the main window here. So we're going to close our solve window now. And so the first algorithm that it found will solve this pattern of cube. If you want to see how to generate that pattern of cube, just click solver and it turns into the generator. So if you take a clean cube and apply this generator, you'll get this pattern. If you want to solve that pattern, you use this algorithm. Now the problem here is that it generated, let's see, it generated 7,757 algorithms. Okay, the problem is most of those are all the same cube configuration. It's just a different algorithm to do the same cube configuration. So we want to narrow it down just to the unique ones. Okay, so first thing we want to do, we want to save these maneuvers. Save maneuvers, call it whatever you want, .txt, and then next thing, go to options, make sure that skip isomorphs when loading from file is checked, and also make sure that isomorphy includes inversion is checked. Now when you load the maneuvers that you just saved, tell it yes to discard and clear out the main window, and it's going to pull in just the unique cube patterns. And in that case, out of those 7,700 and something algorithms that it found, only 4 of them were unique patterns. So there you have an algorithm for pattern number 1, you got an algorithm for pattern number 2, Here's pattern number 4, is where all of the edge pieces are oriented and permutated correctly, and you got that algorithm there too. Now when we did the add and solve originally and just let it run, if you let it go longer, I would imagine you might find some more unique cube cases, but honestly I just don't know if there's 4 or 8 or what, but we found 4, and that's all there is to it. So when you're done with those, you can save them, you can do whatever you want. You can look at the solvers, the generators, you can clear this window out, you can go back to a unsolved or a solved cube and do a new pattern. You can, you want to clear out your edges here and then change the corner orientation to another corner orientation pattern, and do the same thing. Hit add and solve, generate the algorithms, save them, and then reload them, but don't let it load the isomorphs and the inverted versions. And you just got to do that over and over for all of the versions of the cube that you want. Real quick here, just kind of a basic thing here. If you have a randomly scrambled cube, you can plug in that cube combination and hit add and solve. Now I'm just going to randomly scramble it by pressing the random button. Click add and solve, and it finds an algorithm to solve that cube. Okay? Now if I want the optimal algorithm, the shortest possible algorithm to solve that, you just choose the optimal box, click this button again, and it'll find the shortest length algorithm that'll solve that cube. And I'm not going to do it right now because it takes a while. And then you can keep pushing optimal. If your cube is completely solved, if there's no blank squares in it, then you won't get that add and solve window, and you won't get multiple algorithms. You'll get one. And so if you want to see another one, you have to click optimal again. Click optimal again, it'll give you a different one, and you can just keep clicking optimal until you get the algorithm that you like the best. So that's all there is to it, and I hope this helps.